So what's up, y'all? It's your boy Skizz on one of my platforms. Matter of fact, two of my platforms. I got a Facebook platform and an IG platform. Enlil Strongman. So a lot of y'all wondering why I call myself Enlil. It's kind of crazy how I just like came up with that name. I always been. I'm more into it now, but like an off and on researcher. I was always curious, open-minded, wanted to know more. So, I read all types of things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just buy books just to know that I have them. I just feel good just knowing I have them, and I can read them anytime or pass information down. I might, you know, somebody might read me a story one day. I don't feel like reading. Who knows? But for whatever reason, I just like the feeling of a book. I love knowledge. And I'm just now learning to apply the knowledge. But anyway, back to the Enlil. I stumbled across that name some years back. Years back. I don't know if I was in jail, because that's where I picked up the love for reading. Is the times that I got myself in trouble or whatever. Reading was my escape, and I didn't even know I liked reading, but I found the love of reading, just being in worse situations, and it just added to my already, curious mind. But I just remember hearing the name. I remember hearing about the Anunnaki and different things like that, and people relating the Anunnaki to the sky beings or the watchers of the Bible and things like that, relating it to Enochs and things like that. To make a long story short, when I heard Enlil, I didn't know what type of deity he was. Nothing. I was just like, that name just resonated with me. I was just like, yo. And it's kind of weird because I really don't, I'm not the type of person that'd be like, yo, that's a nice name. I like that name. Like, I'm not really a name person like that. I never was. But when I heard it, I was just like, yo, I never heard it. It was, it was new. And nobody that I know of was calling themselves that. And at the time, nobody even really knew what Anunnaki was or nothing. Never mind Enlil. I was just like, yo, if I ever have a son, I'm gonna name him Enlil. And but as I start researching more and reading certain texts and things like that, they got stories of him being the bad guy or the bad deity or the bad god or whatever. Then there's other stories. Then there's other stories as well that depict him as the good guy. I don't know. I'm not like an Anunnaki expert. I let the Billy Carsons and the other high level content creators that's knowledgeable about ancient knowledge and ancient texts. I leave that for them. I tap into it once in a while, but it never really was my thing too much. But I just take, this is how I learn. I take what I take out of different things, different pieces of information, and that's what I take. But it was times I thought about, like, what, if he's a bad deity, I don't want to represent nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? I come from the hood, destructive environment. I don't want to be promoting no bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Lil Strongman, I'm good. I'm putting out good vibes, and you can learn from my content that I share. I mostly share other people's content. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't really been quite ready to drop bombs on my own content too much yet, especially on the platforms where where it takes for open-minded thinkers and things like that. I want to just keep educating, so I could back up everything I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm gonna start doing more videos and my own authentic content. But I just like sharing information, and that resonates with me. You know what I mean? So but something came to my mind. I was like, because I was gonna change it, but I was like, I done hashtag the heck out of Enlil Strongman. Nothing got more hashtags than Skizz TV. You know, that's my street name, my YouTube name, my rapper name, all that. But, you know, I figured Enlil Strongman, that's just my higher self, you know what I'm saying? Like, they say Thoth, you know, Thoth, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptian deity, Thoth, you know, who built the pyramids. He had a lot of different names, and, you know, not to compare myself to a deity, but some people got different names, so I felt like Enlil, that's my high self name, and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I should just change the name, but I'm like, I don't know, I promoted it, people know about it, but not a whole lot of people like pay too much attention to it. I think some people just take it as a playful name I just came up with that I'm not really too serious about, but instead of just taking it down, because humans could change, right? You know, it's a lot of people that I know, I've seen people go from evil to now they gotta change their heart, now they good. So if a human could do that, it's not that far-fetched that a deity or God or angelic being that figured out thousands of years later, whatever, you know, time's different from, you know, for them, whatever realm they're in. It's not that far-fetched that they might could be like, you know what? I fucked up. I messed up. That wasn't right. Let me change. These are powerful deities. Like, they have so much power. So if we can do that, I figured, you know, not to say Enlil is like that, I don't know, but it is certain ways and things that I did research about them that kind of resonates with me, but not in a bad way, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of like, you know, I could kind of add this to why I call myself Enlil. But I'll put that out later. You know, I got so many platforms. It'd be hard to keep up, man. So many ideas. So it's like, and then sometimes I'll be motivated to work on one platform and then I lose the motivation, go back to something else. And so it's just, you know, but it's all coming together, and just being patient, man. Just being patient and just focus on just creating the content, but don't be in a rush to just put everything out. You know, just keep working, Everybody don't gotta know what you're doing, man. You know, if you really believe in something, you gonna get something good out of it, man. You know, you just gotta, you know, focus thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that been following me on this healing journey, healing this gangster. It's your boy Skizz TV. Google Skizz. Follow me on all platforms if you like. You know, I'm not begging nobody to follow me, but it is helpful. I am grateful for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on all platforms. I got all types of different. I got something for everybody. But city life, nature. That's really what I've been focusing on recently. Because it's gonna go with all, you know, different platforms. I'm gonna be able to attach city life, nature to different things, and I mean, with nature, man, you could never start running out of content. It's something new in nature, you know, and it's kind of hard to like copy that. Like, you know, a lot of people take ideas, like, you know, there's different types of animals all over the world, and they have different. It's crazy, man. Like, it's just in my opinion, it's just a genius idea to do this nature thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if I can motivate other people to get in tune with nature and you know, make that cool, so these youngins could feel like they could do something else besides rap. Not to say anything's wrong with it, but you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. That's my problem with like hip hop, and a lot of people want to do rap because I was like that for a long time. That's cool, but you gotta tap in. We very much more creative than just being basketball players, football players, and rappers. You know, a lot of us, we don't even know our own talent because we're just, you know, programmed to think a certain way. I love you if you love me. I love you more if you love me. Skizz TV, man, and Lil Strongman. Drop comments, whatever. Your opinion, it is what it is. Yes, sir. Hashtag the Black Nikola Tesla of hip hop. But you know, definitely not going broke. And I'm going to monetize off of whatever I create and I decide to put out there. But Nikola Tesla is my favorite white guy, by the way. Yes, sir. This is Thought 'em Now Spotlight, Skizz Banger TV. Don't be afraid to be yourself, man. Tap into your creativity. Think outside the box. You know, that's the new gangster. Healing this gangster. Black greatness.